Hey, how you going, fam? Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day where I'm at. I hope you're having a good one. I'm going to talk about quitting smoking. Yeah, I'm up to my 5th day with no cigarettes at all. I'm using nicotine patches. I think nicotine patches are the best way to try and, quit smoking. And I'll tell you my kind of technique with them. I've smoked since a very young age. And the only first time I think I properly quit for a while was when I got locked up, But it was interesting because I don't want to smoke, but I've always been a massive nicotine junkie. I've always fiended nicotine, And I remember the second time I got locked up when I woke up in remand. And the thing is, yeah, they give you patches for the first week in remand. I don't know if they do anymore. They used to. But I was so grateful when I woke up in remand and I was like, oh, they're going to give me patches. I don't have to smoke. This is great. Because really, I don't think anyone deep down wants to smoke. People tell themselves, yeah, I don't want to quit. But no one wants to smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? I can't really, and trust me, I've been a chain smoker for most of my life. I've smoked so much. No doubt it's done some fucking irreparable damage, you know what I mean? But I can't believe that deep down in our subconscious we're like, yeah, we want to smoke. You know it tastes like shit. The first time you smoke cigarettes, you're like, like, you know what I mean? You get the tears. I'm cool. It's terrible. It's fucking shit. And then we do it enough until we're like, oh, no, this is all right. Yeah. 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 It's fucking, how do we convince ourselves? The Marlboro Man, you know what I mean? And it's monkey see, monkey do. My mum never smoked. There wasn't cigarettes really in my household growing up. But at my best mate's house that lived just up the road, his dad chain smoked. He was always there, on his computer, button it out, do another one. Had a pack of Long Beach 40s. Back then you could get a pack of Long Beach 40s for like, well, what was it? $12, something like that, you know what I mean? When I started smoking, you could get a pack of Holiday 20s for, I think it was $5.90. That was the cheapest smokes you could get. And here we are, where a pack of 20s, the cheapest one you can get is like 32 bucks. And it's fucking pointless. It's a waste of money. It's a hole in the pocket. We all know this. We all know that it's terrible. So yeah, there's a few things that I do to really try and quit. And I know I'm quitting now. I'm fucking doing it. I ain't going back. And for me, the biggest thing that's helping my mind lock into this is my connection with God. I used to watch comedians like Doug Stanhope that'd always talk about AA and, addiction. And he hated the fact that it always came down to the higher power, but I really think the higher power is the way, you know what I mean? It's, as I said, I quit when I got locked up, but when someone came into jail with a bit of White Ox, I was like, yep. I remember smoking my White Ox ciggy with paper in jail and I felt like a king, you know what I mean? But it's putrid. I'm here at the Bohemian Grove, by the way. The good old Tasmanian Bohemian Grove. So yeah, I've decided, yeah, especially with doing this vlog, I'm really grateful by how many people are getting inspired by me. I've seen people saying that they want to quit cigarettes, they want to quit weed, they want to quit butte. People that are watching are trying to, everyone wants to improve their own life. I feel so much clearer. I can already breathe better. I'm 5 days in. My brain is snapping. I feel like I'm on, you know what I mean? I know I say, you know what I mean too much, by the way. It does my head in. But it's like my tick. I can't help it. So yeah. I might get, you know what I mean, t-shirts made up, and at least I'll make some money off it. But if it does your head in, trust me, it does my head in too. So yeah, for this week that I've been off cigarettes, on Sunday, it's Friday now, so this is my 5th day without smoking a cigarette, and I'm using nicotine patches. On Sunday, I wore a patch, and I had like 3 cigarettes during the day. And then I woke up Monday. I was with Kane, and I promised Kane, I bet him $1,000, because Kane's trying to quit cigarettes too, and he bet Billy $500 that he won't smoke, and for him that's an important thing. So I bet Kane $1,000. It's like, if I smoke a cigarette again, bro, I owe you $1,000. So I'm not doing it. And yeah, I really feel, for me, what triggers me with my addiction for smoking is cigarette butts. Being in the city, seeing cigarette butts in the street. Yeah, being boxed into a house makes me definitely feel like smoking, and smoking cones as well. Smoking weed, it's like, well, if I'm just sitting at home, I can't just sit at home and be sober. You got to get stoned, you know what I mean? That's always been my issue, massively. So a big thing that helps me with addiction is just getting outside. Go to the beach, go to places like this. There's not really many triggers to smoke a cigarette when I'm out here. Yeah, Kane's got a good trick of using anti-coals. Whenever you want a cigarette, have an anti-coal. It makes your breath fresh. It gives you a bit of a relief or a little sensation. It's good and healthy to replace that kind of sensation of a nicotine hit with something that's a bit more healthy. Some people use, lollies. I think eucalyptus lollies, stuff like that. You want to try and replace the nicotine hit with something that's a bit more, or one, healthy, but two, it's giving you a bit of sensation and a bit of relief, and everyone loves a good anti-coal or eucalyptus lolly or something like that. I think that's a healthy way to do it. But my plan is, I'm already going to start kind of weaning myself off the patches. So this morning, instead of waking up and just putting one on straight away, I got up and I went for a walk, and I went for a walk for maybe an hour and a half. And yeah, by the end of the hour and a half, I was like, oh, I'm starting to crave now. I'm starting to crave. So I walked home and then I put a patch on. And I'm going to start trying to do that every day. I'm going to wake up, try and spend as much of my day without putting a patch on, and slowly wean myself back. And then, yeah, next week, once I get to the full week, I'm really going to try and only use the patches for a week. Because if you continue to, you have to wean yourself off. If you continue to fucking, drag it on, it'll drag on forever. And you're just making excuses to yourself. There's people out there that get addicted to nicotine patches, because, like, for me, for so many years, I was addicted to this. You know what I mean? But fucking people get addicted to the patches just as much. So you have to wean yourself off. Yeah, it's interesting. I can feel my neurodivergence kind of getting a bit heightened as well, and, a little bit manic, and that happens. It's very interesting. But I'm excited because I'm really going to steer clear of it all. I'm going to steer clear of smoking. I'm going to steer clear of smoking weed. I'm just going to do the rest of the year sober, I think. I don't want to drink. Don't need drugs, Yeah, the hardest bit for me so far while I was, since I've been quitting cigarettes, was the other night. All my friends came around to my house and they had a bit of a party. And, yeah, I was around it all. And at first it got really triggering for me and I started blaming them, like, oh, I'm trying to quit and you guys aren't really being mindful of it and you're around me, but I decided, once again, with the victim mentality, to pull myself out of it. And I was like, nah, I'm choosing to do this. I'm choosing to quit. And I'm going to go put myself right in the middle of it. And to be honest, I think that's good. I think that's strength building, like with your addiction. If you can go stand out in the smoker spot where everyone is smoking and everyone's, doing that, and you can go be around it and mindfully be like, no, I'm not having one. I'm going to put myself right here. Yeah, I'm going to smell the cigarette. I'm going to feel that, that kind of need for one, but I'm going to mindfully acknowledge that. And I'm going to say, this is a moment that will pass. And I think that's a very good trick for quitting smoking. This is a moment that will pass. You feel that need for the addiction coming back up. This is a moment that will pass. And it will. You have to have a deep breath, have an anti-coal, have a, eucalyptus lolly, even just close your eyes, have a deep breath, and thank yourself for being aware. I think that's the best thing with quitting addiction, is just really being self-aware, because our addiction ties in with our monkey mind. Once we, and it's the same with alcoholics. Yeah, they can choose to have that first drink, but once they have that first drink, they can't control themselves. It's the addiction taking over. And this is where, addiction is a sickness. It is a disease like that. It's a mental health disease. And for me, it's, the more I find God, the more I stay connected to the Spirit and allow myself to just continue strengthening myself, and I feel good. I feel better than I would if I was chain smoking. And I could smoke a pack of 20s in a day, easy. Easy, I could smoke a pack of 20s in a day. No worries. Very easy to do. I love talking. I love pacing. I love all that sort of shit. And cigarettes go hand in hand with that. I'll go for a walk and have a cigarette, But I'm feeling better than ever. 5 days in, I really recommend it. You really, try and love yourself, fam. And just every action that you think when you don't have a day of cigarettes, be like, I am loving myself. I am making decisions for myself that are good, that are going to benefit my future and make me feel better. And I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I feel heightened in good energy. And don't get me wrong, I'm probably withdrawing a bit. And there's a bit of that manicness coming out and how I'm expressing myself. So it's going to be interesting doing this vlog, because you're going to watch me change as I get sober. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's, I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to continue pushing forward. I'm going to go down to Kingston today, catch up with my family. Going to film some vlogs down there. It's my little brother's birthday, so, and once again, I was the first one to bring smoking into my family household. Yeah, my mum didn't smoke. I kind of picked it up from my mates and my mates' families that I spent a lot of time with. I think once again, when I was growing up without my dad, I really kind of latched onto my mates' dads. And, my mum probably thought that was a good thing at the time, but in hindsight, there were certain elements that weren't, because that's where I picked up smoking from, But yeah, I brought it into my household. And both my sisters smoke, and I really blame myself for that, because there's no one else that really had that influence on my sisters but me. And both of them are still smoking, And I'm looking forward to catching up with my family, because I'm going to sit out there when my sisters smoke, and I'm really going to not let it bother me. And in the past, I'd hit up my sister and go, hey, sis, give me one of those, But I'm really going to be mindful of it. I'm still going to put myself in that situation when they go for a smoke, but I'm going to be good. I'm going to sit there and practice my strength, keep talking to God and allowing God to work through me to give me patience. You have to practice patience. If you can't be patient in what you're going through, then you'll forever stay buzzing on it. But addiction's a hard one. All my good friends have struggled with addiction, because we're trauma bonded individuals that all used addiction as a coping mechanism. One of my really good friends, sporadic drinking was his vice, and he nearly died. He was really knocking on death's door, and he went over to a therapeutic community sort of place over in WA. And that really helped him. And it was sporadic that I learned about the drama empowerment triangle. So I used that again. I used the drama triangle, and any time I feel like shit now, If I feel like shit and I'm like, oh, if I feel like a victim of the circumstances I'm in, I think, how can I challenge myself to grow? And then how can I coach myself? And then what can I create that will pull me out of this victim mentality? And addiction comes with victim mentality. I think I said in the one yesterday, we're like, cigarettes are a cunt. Oh, they're so bad. Yeah, they're hard to quit, you know? No, we're the cunts. Stop blaming the cigarettes. You know, you got to take accountability for yourself. And you got to be responsible for yourself. You know, if you got kids and you're smoking around them, you do realize that you are passing the habit on to them. That's the truth of it. You know, once again, if cigarettes is substance abuse, and if having a smoke with your family, which has been a massive thing with me and my sisters, when we catch up at our family home, have dinner together or whatever, and then like, time for a smoke? Yeah, and we love it. We go out and we have a smoke. And bless my mum, she doesn't smoke, but she'll come out and sit with us, you know. And my mum's normalised to all three of her children just smoking for the sake of spending time with us. Which is, yeah. You know, the more that I don't smoke and the more that I find a closer connection to self, I just see it for what it is. And cigarettes aren't pretty. They don't smell nice. The butt jar doesn't look good. You know, it's all like, yeah, it's all gross, it's brown, it fucks with your teeth, fucks with your skin, fucks with everything. There is not one positive element to smoking cigarettes. And some people, oh, they're good for stress. Breathing exercises are good for stress. Grounding is good for stress. Put your bare feet on the ground, you know. So if you're quitting, go do some grounding, trust me. When you feel that monkey on your back from whatever addiction you're addicted to, go put your bare feet on the ground and take deep breaths. I like doing the in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6, hold for 2. So and again, so you breathe in for 4. See, I feel so relaxed now. I feel at peace. All I did was the little routine twice. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 6, pause for 2, and repeat. See, I feel already so much more balanced. I'm not talking erratically at 100 miles per minute. This breathing will slow you down. It'll take that energy out of your brain. It'll help you rationalize your thoughts. It'll help you keep composure, everything. So that's the technique. If you're stressed, if you're dealing with this addiction, go put your bare feet on the ground. Do some breathing exercises. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 6, pause for 2. Yeah. I think there's some good techniques. Bare feet on the ground. You know. Cleaning. I think cleaning is a great way as well of like dealing with addiction. Like if you just find other things to do that you can get addicted to, that's going to be a positive thing. You know, like those first 3 days while you're stressing, and you know, just keep yourself occupied. Like if you're working a job, yeah, don't go out at lunchtime. Just eat your lunch in the staff room. Don't go out to the smoker's spot. Try and avoid situations where people are, you know, smoking, or cigarette butts, or, you know, if it's alcohol, avoid those social situations. And it's a hard one. Because people will tell you, people go, oh, come on, ciggies aren't that bad. Yeah, it's not meth. Yeah, it's not heroin. I still spent $500,000 on fucking cigarettes in my adult life. You know what I mean? I could have bought a house with what I spent on cigarettes. And that's the case for most of us. If you do the math, you're like, oh shit. You know? Yeah, much love, fam. I wish you all the best with it. And I believe in you. I believe in you. It's just up for you to believe in yourself. And it's up for you. Like, once again, the higher power, which is, you know, I've found is God. And once again, people are so fucking triggered by this word. But I convinced myself that the universe is backing me. The universe is supporting me. And it is. That's God. If you choose to move forward with the light and put yourself first, I guarantee you, getting off addictions, getting off substances will help you find that higher power within yourself, which is the higher power within the universe, which is the higher power within God, which is the laws of attraction. Might not happen straight away, but you just have to be patient. That's how it works. You have to have faith and you have to trust. Be patient, move forward, look after yourself. You know, look in the mirror, question why you do this stuff. Figure it out. Just keep analysing yourself, you know. We are very culturally addicted. Gambling. I've never liked gambling. I've never been addicted to gambling either. I like playing Texas Hold'em on my phone. I like poker, you know, that's a good game. But I don't like gambling, you know. And Australia is a hard one for gambling because if you don't gamble, people will fucking shame you. Oh, what, you don't fucking gamble, do you? Or do you think you're this? What? Once again, it's a part of our culture. And I'm very, very blessed that I've never liked gambling. I've always gone down to the Cas with mates when they've been fucking on it, and I just sit there for a few hours bored. You know, if there's some cool people at the Cas, I'll talk with them. Usually in the smoker spot while I'm chain smoking. It's just a fucking, you know, it's a very interesting one. But the more comfortable I get and the more I love myself and the more I really just get in tune with treating myself in a good way, the more I just feel free. Because addiction is slavery. If you're addicted, you are enslaved to that substance. And you know what people will do for their addictions. You know, cunts out there will, you know, rob their own mothers for their own addictions, you know. Once again, we have to realise that this is why we got to give it to the higher power. Well, you don't have to, but it's my advice, and you have to understand, I didn't think this way for a long time. I used to laugh at the comedians that would joke about the higher power. Because, once again, I don't like religion. It's really hard for people to understand this. But religion, in my opinion, is still man trying to control the Spirit of God through their words. And I think the Word of God is so powerful and can access the Spirit. But yeah, there's certain elements to it that, yeah, once again get caught up. But for me, my connection to God is my connection to unconditional love. It's my connection to good. And I'm going to stay the best I can connected to good in this world. You know, it's very interesting. I've got nothing but love for everyone. And, you know, I'm a very caring person, probably too much, you know. And sometimes I can overthink things, and sometimes I can definitely get a bit sensitive. But regardless of people's perspective, I do know my intention. I really do know my intention. And I'm just saying it how it is. If that's a reflection on you, that's up to you, you know. I'm just trying to be mindful of myself. I'm trying to be mindful of my hypocritical self, because we're all hypocrites. We're all hypocrites. We'll all judge a meth addict or judge this or that or someone that's done this, but we're addicted as well. We've done something like this. It's all connected. You know, we are all one at the end of the day. You can try and separate the actions from a person, but yeah, it is all one and it all comes from somewhere. And I'm going to do a whole vlog about balancing friendships and ethics, because it's a very hard one. And once again, people are very worried about what you say in this day and age. What you can and can't say. And it's very interesting as what has been normalized in my world of what you can say and what you can't. Beautiful. Crow feather. And yeah, a lot of people are struggling out there. A lot of people are really doing it hard. A lot of people are drowning, and it's not my intention to add any more water onto top of them for what they're going through in their life and what they feel is overwhelming for them. And sometimes I do that, which I really regret, because it's not my intention. Sometimes I'll see people drowning and I try and reach out to help pull them out of their situation, but they really take it as me pushing them further down, you know. So I have to lean back and just give love. Just love from afar. Forgive them. Forgive myself. You know, I think I'm moving with the right intentions. Some people will question you, and I think that's healthy. I do like being questioned. I do like trying to check myself, you know, even if I get my back up a bit. Because if I get my back up a bit, that means that there's truth to what they're, you know, bringing to my table. God bless. I hope you guys have a good day. I wish you all the best with whatever you're going through. I wish you all the best with your addictions. I hope you can take a deep breath and enjoy the world around you. As Theo Von said, take a hit off that universe. Like, it's beautiful. Much love, fam. Have a good day.